Witamy Was wszystkich bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku naszego podcastu. Jest to drugi odcinek z serii Locker Room, ponieważ witamy się po raz kolejny z gościem z zagranicy. Tym razem będziemy rozmawiać z jednym z najlepszych zawodników polskiej ligi koszykówki ostatnich lat, z Iwanem Almeidą, reprezentującym Anwil Włocławek. Powitamy się teraz z Iwanem i rozpoczniemy rozmowę. So, hello, Ivan, welcome to our podcast.
Hello, thank you for inviting me for the podcast, and hello everybody.
Let's start. It's our little tradition with foreign guests. We will start with a little Polish lesson. Can you say something to Polish fans in our language, just to start the conversation?
Basically, dzień dobry, jak się masz? Jestem Iwan Almeida. Jestem zawodnika. It's nice to be here.
Okay, thank you very much. So you've passed the test, so we can start talking basketball. Okay. The first thing that I would like to tell you is congrats on your Cape Verde national team success, because as far as I know, you've advanced to the next round in AfroBasket qualifiers. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
And now the next round is against Morocco, Egypt, and Uganda. What are your expectations in the next round?
It's the same, we played the end of November. I guess it's teams in Egypt. So we want to go there and qualify for the AfroBasket. So now the goal is to prepare for these three teams, and go there right now in November and try to make that happen, man. We have a great squad with players outside. They're trying to do everything to come to. So, and hopefully with my injury, I can recover in time to go to. So that would be a good addition to the team to help, and as a captain of the national team to be there with the guys and orient them on how to do things. I think it'll be good for us to come back to this competition that we was on 2015 AfroBasket. So we got to try to qualify again.
Okay, so we keep our fingers crossed for your team's success. And you mentioned your injury, so I just want you to give me some updates on your health. Can you just tell me what exactly happened? When did it happen, and when can we expect you back on the court?
When did it happen, or how it happened?
Or how it happened. It's even more important.
So basically, it was on a game in Torrin. I took a charge on Aaron Cell, and he dropped his body on my leg, on the head of the right below the knee, on the fibula, and my whole knee shifted. At the time, I thought it was just a contusion. I thought it was just like a bone bruise, like a contusion in the game, and and I tried to play on it. Came to find out, I broke the head of the fibula, and I did some sprains to my ACL, LCL, and some cartilage damage in the patella. But after the exams, MRI and CT scan, everything looked good. There was no displacement. So, and just a couple of days ago, did another control exam, X-rays, and everything looks solid. The bone is healing up pretty quick. Got just like a line fracture now, so that is pretty good news. And I keep working out, keep active, and trying to build more muscles around my left leg, so so the recovery time can shorten up and keep the blood flowing. And for now, it looks like a good recovery. My body usually heals fast, so hopefully we'll know more in the next control in about a week or so, and maybe I'll be back sooner than expected, man.
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully it's going to happen. Now let's just talk a little bit about the current season in Polish League. How do you deal with all those restrictions connected with COVID? And just tell me, what is it like to play without or to experience games without any fans? in the arenas?
I've experienced it I was doing this in Israel a couple months ago when I went to play there. So it's kind of sad. You don't have your fans, so you kind of play like almost in an empty gym. It's kind of weird, but it's a situation we have to deal with as players, and we got to find other motivation and other source of that energy when we play in situations like this, so we can play at the level we play sometimes when we with fans with that energy that they bring. So we got to find other ways to get to that level of energy. But certainly it's a difficult situation. It's hard for some players to play like that. But I try to always think about other stuff, how to fix it. So it's a work in progress. So I think we got to deal with it, and we got to face it like it is. We can't change the situation right now. So the only way is to adapt to it and just keep going and do our best.
Okay. Hopefully, it's going to change later on. Now, I want you to tell me something about the nickname that you have. The nickname is El Condor. What's the story behind it? Who gave you the nickname?
Yeah, the nickname was given to me in college when I went to US. My assistant coach, they measured my wingspan. It was about 7'2", and they're like one of the biggest in the team. And he's like, and he showed me this picture of a condor, which was the bird with the biggest wings in I think the Latin America, South America. So that's where the comes from. And they said he's gonna call me Condor. And later on, I changed it to I just added the L, Condor, since it's from South America stuff. So it sounds a little Spanish, but
That's
so
right.
that's where the name
Yeah,
comes from.
and in my opinion, that's a great nickname for a guy like you, for a guy who plays the way you play. So it's definitely a perfect match. So I agree totally on that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay, now tell me, are you an NBA fan? Do you follow the NBA?
I follow a little bit. I try to keep up. Basically, I can't watch the games because the games is late sometimes. But the games that are early sometimes, I catch them. I try to catch them. Try to keep with the players and how they playing. But it's a different style of playing. But it's pretty nice. I like the NBA. I try to keep up with everything: NBA, EuroLeague, Euro Cup, BCL, so any basketball game that's going
Who
on.
introduced you to the NBA? Was it, I don't know, someone from your family, or you've noticed a particular player and he caught your eye?
Growing up, you have we used to talk about Michael Jordan and stuff. Obviously, growing up, I couldn't watch games like that. The way the media is right now, and the way you got accessible games nowadays. But I think my first things was when I went to US with my brother. And he was showing me all the draft players who was getting drafted from high school and from college, and that's when I really got connected to the NBA and stuff like that.
Okay. When you think about last NBA finals, are you happy with the final outcome, or you were expecting anything different?
No, I wasn't expecting anything different. It was obvious from the beginning that Lakers was going to be champion. I think it was a good. They show how they adapt to the situation of playing in a bubble. Even though without fans, I think with fans, maybe it would have been a different outcome. With the traveling and all the stuff. But they adapted to the situation. So that was good props for the NBA. They run a bubble with 0 COVID cases, and
Right.
and they show they can do it. But now they got to try to find a way to do it with fans.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that the expectations of the NBA family are very high, and it will be difficult for them to cope with all those things. But we know that Adam Silver is a hell of a commissioner, and he's gonna figure something out, right?
Yes.
That's right. So generally speaking, do you think that the whole bubble thing was a good idea, or were there any things that you said, nah, that's not a good thing? It's impossible to happen. Are there Are there any pluses or
No,
are there any minuses?
I think ultimately everybody got in the back of their heads like how it was going to happen and how they were going to do it, you know. But I think it was a good decision for them to play, especially because, you know, we basketball players, we don't want to be, I don't think anybody want to just sit at home and not do their job, you know. Like, I think people nowadays, they adapt, they don't go to work, but they work from home and stuff like that. And, you know, the bubble was something they created so they can keep working, you know, and just like any other job, I think that was a great decision to do because, you know, people got to work too. And, you know, at the end of the day, they got to fill up their contracts and stuff. So I think that was a great idea.
Okay. Who is your favorite NBA player? Is there any?
Of all time or just playing now?
Oh yeah, that's a very good question. So let's make it of all time. Let's keep it real.
Of all time, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, very good answer.
Jordan.
To be honest with you, I have to admit that you follow the GOAT conversation between all those people who talk basketball in the USA.
I follow everything.
Like between Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless and others.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so I am in
heated debate.
Yeah, the debate is heated. It's very heated, but I am with Michael Jordan, and the same as you. And that's a very good thing to hear from you. Okay, so the best basketball player, Michael Jordan. Do you have any team that you like the most in the NBA?
A couple of years ago, like watching Golden State. The way they play.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very nice basketball for, you know, creative ways. The way they move the ball around. They were able to add something spectacular to what the system in the Spurs was, but nothing spectacular. I think the Golden State made it pretty basketball.
Okay.
The way they move
Do you think that KD's choice to join them was a weak move, or you have nothing? You have no problems with that?
If I compare to how things were before in the NBA, that could be considered a weak move. But knowing how players think, I think players like to play against the best, with the best. You know, and you know, it's players who are at a certain level. I think the level that KD has. I think he was a little bit frustrated here with how things was going in OKC, and I think that his move to Golden State was more a move of I don't want more headaches. I want to play with people who know how to play basketball. They can move the ball, and you know I can progress in an environment where I can learn with other players, and he can also bring his style in there, and you know, and also get a championship. And I think for him in a personal level, I think that was a good move for him because he grew as a player. He became a better defender. He became a better decision maker, and he proved everybody that he by winning the championship too. But overall, I think he improved drastically from when he was in OKC.
Do you expect any further success from him and Kyrie in Brooklyn?
Tough to say. I want to watch first because he coming from a tough injury, Achilles injury. You know, it's not a joke, but you know, nowadays with the NBA, they have the medical stuff. So I think he's gonna be able to come back to what he was before. I think the only question mark is how the team is and how his leadership will be, and we'll get to see that after he leaves Golden State, what he learned about leadership and how to bring a team to the championship and win it.
Okay, and to close the comparisons subject in this part of the conversation, just tell me, do you model your game after a particular NBA player? Is there anyone who you want to
No, I don't. I don't try to copy. You know, like since a few years ago, I actually in the summer I work a lot on a lot of stuff, and basically my brother and me we try to find the stuff that I got on my game, the skills I have, and we try to, improve them, and trying to find ways where I can be a better scorer, ways I can see the court better and stuff like that. So in a particular thing, I cannot tell you any player that I would model my game after. It's more of knowing how I play now and just trying to get the max out of it.
Okay. Now, the next thing, just tell me, because I'm not sure, you were eligible for the 2011 draft or 2012 draft?
I don't even know, man, to be honest, because, when I went to US in 2007, I went to JUCO, then I transferred, and I had 4 years to spend in Stonehill College, so I was supposed to graduate in 2012, but I graduated in December 2011, so 1 semester earlier. So I'm thinking my eligibility, they cut me 1 year of eligibility, which means my draft year would be 2011. So I think it's 2011 since they cut me 1 year of eligibility for NCAA. So.
Okay, so how close were you to the NBA? Can you tell me what was the closest moment to the league in your career?
I think my closest was I was in some workouts in Impact Basketball in Vegas in 2015. I worked out with Brandon Rush. He was trying out for the Golden State, and nobody knew my name. I basically didn't even have that workout. I came in the gym in a regular day just to do my normal things I do there. And this guy told me, hey, you about to work out with Brandon Rush. There's 24 NBA scouts here watching and stuff like that. I ended up doing a better workout than him. Doing the workout that was asking for my name and stuff, my last name, because nobody knew it, and stuff like that. But things ended up falling out because my agent at the time, who was for you first, he had his kid that torn his ACL in Los Angeles, and I was calling him trying to get to him, and he wasn't picking up, and the opportunity kind of slipped away, I think, because I had NBA scouts when I was going to watch summer games come and sit down with me out of nowhere, just ask me information about me and stuff like that,
And have you ever tried joining the league ever again?
No, I never really tried to join the league. It was mostly, I think the mostly that I tried to go was for the G League at the time in 2011. But then I was still in school because I wanted to finish my degree and graduate. And I was supposed to be in the draft of the G League in 2011, I think in October. But the affiliate of the New Jersey Nets, they were hard on me to get in the draft for the G League, but I told them that I wanted to finish my school first because I was there for 4 years already in US, and I'm not going to waste a semester just because to join a professional team, I had to have my backup plan.
Okay. Now, yeah. The next thing that I want to know is that are you friends with any current NBA players? Do you know anyone personally?
No, I'm not friends with any current NBA players. No.
So let's go back to this thing with Brandon Rush, because you've worked out with him. Are there any spicy behind the scenes stories that you can share with us that you've experienced during those workouts? Can you say something about it?
I mean, it was a nice. Yeah, it was a nice workout. Like you have these shooting drills that you do there in this Impact Basketball where you gotta hit 5 shots from the corner, but it's always moving shots, so you never. So I was always hitting 5 of 5, 5 of 6, and Brandon Rush was hitting 5 of 7, 5 of 8, and stuff like that. And then we get to the end of the workout, you're doing dribble pull-ups, 3-pointers, everything was, like I was basically shooting above 90% on everything. And then it was after that you do a drill where you get the ball and you go full court and dunk on each side, And I came down on my last one and I rocked the cradle like the Jordan dunk.
Really?
The one Jordan used to do. And then the whole gym went like, whoa, like a big whoa.
Come on, man.
Like, yeah. And it was
sounds exciting.
But it was an exciting day because I came in the gym and I didn't know I had the workout. I got there and the guy told me, "Put your shoes on. You're about to go work out with Brenner and Rush." And 24 scouts they're watching, and the lesson I took of it is like, no matter what, just keep yourself prepared. You don't know when the opportunity can knock on your door, and I'm glad at the time I already had the work ethic to just stay in shape and keep working out. And when the opportunity came, I was ready. The thing that fell out of that I didn't like is because when you tell people that you play in second division in France, automatically they started going away. So
Yeah, I get what
that's
you're
one
saying.
of the fallouts. So it's like just not knowing what to say to the scouts. Basically, I shouldn't have said that, but I was calling my agent, he wasn't picking up, so I didn't know what to say. So kind of I'm not saying regret, but just if I was a little bit more informed on how to talk to them, maybe that wouldn't happen, and you could have taken another course of action. But
That's right.
It is what it is with life.
That's right. Hey, have you ever seen an NBA game live? That's the next thing that I want you to discuss.
Never. I've never seen an NBA live.
But if you had a chance, what team would you like to see live in the arena? Would it be once again Golden State?
Right now, I would love to see the Clippers against the Lakers.
Yeah, so LA nice. Derby. Good.
Yeah, LA Derby. Yeah.
And how do you think what would be the final score, or who would win?
I think the Lakers ultimately would win, but it would be a great game.
And you mentioned
not in a bubble.
Yeah, not in the bubble with the fans. Most definitely, that's the most important thing. We don't want any more games without fans in the stands.
No.
You've mentioned the Clippers. Can you just say a few words about this particular team? Because we've expected Battle of LA in the conference finals. They lost against the Nuggets. What went wrong? People argue if it's Paul George and Kawhi Leonard's fault or Doc Rivers. What is your take on that?
I don't think it's particularly one player's fault. I think they were missing players coming in and out of the bubble a lot, which they didn't have a core foundation for it. They lacked that, and I think too is also their first time playing together, and they got some stuff to adjust. When LeBron went to join Chris Bosh and D Wade, he also lost his first trip to the finals, and things happen, and I think that. I think firing Doc Rivers was a bad decision. Personally, I think they should have gave that team one more year or two because they just joined each other. But looking at the owner's perspectives, they've been doing that for a while, losing right before the finals. So kind of the situation and the pressure, for the city. So. But yeah. I think it's not Paul George's fault or Kawhi Leonard or Doc Rivers. I think it's just a matter of time and experience for them, and just to get to know each other better on the court.
Yeah, that's a very good point you made about the Miami Heat team, the start of the Big Three era, because their first season wasn't as spectacular as everyone expected because they didn't win the finals. They lost against Dallas Mavericks, as far as I remember. Yeah, maybe the future is
also bright. Have to figure out stuff.
Yeah, maybe the future is bright for the Clippers. We'll see you next season. Now I want you to give me your top 5 NBA players, and you can say the same thing as with your favorite player. We are talking about GOATs, the greatest of all time. I'm not saying about the current situation stuff. I don't want to hear it. Let's talk about the GOATs. We have the GOATs. As far as you remember, give me your 5 NBA players right now. Let's go.
Ooh. All time?
All time.
All time. So you got to put Jordan in there.
Most definitely. So that's without a doubt.
Jordan is number 1. I think the second one I would run with would be Magic.
Okay.
Magic Johnson.
Got it. Behind the head passes, right? Showtime.
Showtime Lakers.
Number 3.
I think LeBron would get in there.
Okay.
LeBron James.
That's right. All around player.
Yes. Then you got Hakeem Olajuwon.
Okay.
And
Dream.
Will Chamberlain.
That's right. Mr. 100.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's go back to your personal career. I just want you to tell me, what is the craziest move, maybe the craziest dunk or the craziest dribble that you've made ever in your career?
Ever?
Ever.
I think this is the had a move on a low post this is in Portugal in a cup. It was our game to advance to the finals of the Portuguese Cup, and I get the ball on the low post. The guys behind me, I go one dribble, fake that I'm going middle, then I go through the side, fake that I'm gonna take a fadeaway jump on the baseline. The guy jumps, and I take my back step and put it forward and just go up and dunk it a little bit from outside the free throw line.
Oh, come on, man. That's huge.
Yes. It's unfortunate. I have the video, but it's bad quality. But
yeah, but you gotta send us. You gotta send us that dunk. I'm so looking forward to it. Sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. And just tell me, because soccer players usually have a lot of funny stories from their locker room. That crazy stuff happens in locker rooms. Do you have the same thing, the same type of funny stories from, I don't know, locker rooms, for example, in Poland? You don't have to give me any details, but just tell me if it's funny.
We have crazy stories, from arguments with coach, from players, from stories from players. Yeah, we have like all of that.
So maybe you just give me, I don't know, just a small portion of information.
One little bit. I don't know if I should, because maybe when I finish my career.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah. We don't want to offend anybody, right?
but definitely I have a bunch of them, like especially these 2 years we had a great locker room, and like a lot of stuff happened in the locker room, from good to bad, and so yeah, definitely.
So it's never boring. It's never boring. Let's sum it up.
Never boring. No.
Okay, I get you. I get what you're saying. So if you can't give me any stories, I just want you to just tell me if it's true that the atmosphere in Polish locker rooms is, basically speaking, we're talking about Anwil right now, is that the Polish locker rooms has its own unique atmosphere. Is it true? And can you compare that atmosphere in the locker room here in Poland with other countries that you played in?
I really can't compare like that, because every team I played in, we had great locker rooms. Only one team I played in France 1 year that we had like a shitty locker room, like in terms of like guys being separated, like the French with the American and stuff like that, which was kind of, I didn't like it. But basically in Poland or anywhere I've been, usually it's been great atmosphere in the locker rooms, talk to everybody's involved, basically pretty good atmosphere.
Okay. So we are moving to the end of our conversation, and to just finish it up, I have a little surprise for you. You won't see it right now, and you will see later on when we will post that conversation on the net. We will. I've made a list of the best non-European foreign players in Poland, and I've put you on the list. And now I just want to say something about it. And I wonder if you know all the names from that list. Okay, let's start with our guest today, Ivan Almeida, 2 times Polish champ, the first player, as far as I remember, the first player who won the regular season MVP, the finals MVP, and the Super Cup MVP in a row. Is that true?
In a row, I don't know. I don't keep track of
The internet says that you are the first one. So so let's start with
okay.
Ivan is the first one. Now the next player, Quintal Woods, 3-time Polish champion, EuroLeague quarterfinalist, regular season MVP, finals MVP. Quintal was drafted to the NBA and is considered to be one of the best foreign players in the history of the Polish League. Do you agree on that? Do you know Quintal Woods and his history in Gdynia?
Yeah, I agree.
That's right.
The guy, very good player, very good in defense, very good in offense too, can read the game, very competitive player, and a very good guy too off the court. So.
Okay. Next one, David Logan, 2-time Polish champion, regular season MVP, and finals MVP, player who represented Poland in international competition. One of the best players to ever step on Polish courts. Any comments on David Logan, Ivan?
I definitely agree with that too, man. Play with him in Treviso, great guy too. Definitely has the accolades with his career, with his resume and what he did. And he's a hell of a shooter, man. And for his physical attributes and what he can do on the court, definitely.
Okay. And the next one is someone who I love personally. It's Lynn Greer. Lynn Greer, player who doesn't have any any Polish championships. He played on one season in Śląsk Wrocław, but his EuroLeague season was spectacular. He was second on the player index rating list, behind one and only Arvydas Sabonis. So then later on, he made it to the NBA. He played for the Bucks, and me personally, I think he's also on the list of the best foreign players to play in the Polish League. Do you remember Ivan, that player?
I don't remember him, and I don't know him, but something for me to research.
Yeah, that's right. And the last one, hopefully you know that guy. It's Quentin Hosley, 3-time Polish champ, regular season MVP, 2-time finals MVP, and defensive player of the year. You've played with Hugh in your career, as far as I remember, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that he belongs to that list?
Yeah, he does belong to the list. I mean, he's 3 out of 4. He played here for 4 seasons and 3 out of 4 championships. So
that's right.
Hey. And he's a winner, man. First year, he's here. When he got here to Anvil, competition and competition and practice became even crazier. So love that, and we hang out a lot outside the court. A lot of people think we butted heads, but it was completely opposite. We actually got along pretty well because I think people think we both 2 alpha males, and people would commenting saying, they can't play together. But actually, no, you got 2 great players that actually compete and want to win, and we actually, after the on the road games and here in Wrocław, we hang out quite a lot before the games and stuff like that, and people don't know that, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting to know, because when people say that there are 2 alpha dogs on one team, the chemistry problems are going to appear. And now you just admitted that nothing was wrong and you just wanted to win. You have a goal in your mind, and it turns out pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you know what your goal is. Okay.
Yeah, please continue, because you had something in your mind.
No, because you were saying about the 2 alpha players, alpha dogs, would butt heads to each other. But I think when the 2 players know their worth and what they bring onto the team, and they have the team goals in front of everything, I think there's nothing that to butt heads about it. I think both players are able to adapt to each other.
Okay. True knowledge, and thank you for it. Now, I was wondering if I can talk to you about it. I am from Austria, and you probably know the thing that I want to talk about, man. Come on, is there any chance we can elaborate on this, or you just want to leave it alone and you don't want to go back to it?
Go ahead, talk about it. I don't care.
Come on, man. What really happened?
You can talk about anything.
What really happened on that court in our small gym during that Polish League finals? I really want to know. I really want to know the whole truth. Who started it? Who started it? That's right. I'm talking about this situation.
I think he started it because we were playing this series, and he was killing our point guard in offense, and the next game I told Igor I want to guard him because I could be in front of him, I got length and stuff like that. And we started the game, and he couldn't get it going on, and I was on him from the beginning, making his life hell. I think right before that play, he goes up, I block him, and we go in offense, and I think I went straight to the post. The ball moved around, and he pushed me, so I fell, and then I got up, and I saw the shot go up, and he was turned, and I was like, okay, he's not boxing out, so I attacked him to go grab the boards, and then he acted like I wanted to get him injured, but it was just physical play. I figured he wants to play physical. I'm gonna play physical too, because I'm not gonna back down of anybody or anything. And I didn't think I made a dirty play on him or anything. And then after that they whistled the foul on the shot, I think. So I was walking backwards towards because I was on 3-point line. It was gonna be free throws, and he knocked me with the elbow from behind. And at that point I was like, do I get up and fight, or do I see how this go through and I play the game to win? And I'm glad I kept my composure and didn't do nothing. It was a sucker move from him to hit me from behind. I don't think he would do that if I was facing him. But it is what it is. Some people are cowards and they rather hit you from behind.
Okay. Have you talked to him, or have you settled this thing out ever since that situation?
No, I didn't, because right after that he told me he would see me outside in the hallway, and I went in the hallway to see if he would see me in the hallway, and he never showed up. So I never talked to him about it, because I think if I ever hit somebody from behind like that, I'll probably apologize for him in the game, because you don't ever want to hit somebody from behind, especially if he's not fisting you. I don't think that's how men face things, especially if you want to fight. If you want to fight me, face me, we can throw hands, but if you want to hit me from behind when I'm not looking at you, that means you're not worth my respect. So there's nothing to talk to him about.
Okay, got it. So we have the whole truth from Ivan Almeida about the Almeida Włocławek incident during the Polish League finals. Okay, thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend, for
you're welcome, man. Thank you for having me. For
the whole episode, for the conversation. We started the show with a Polish lesson. Now let's finish it up with another Polish language lesson. Do you know how to say goodbye in Polish and to goodbye our fans?
Yes, do widzenia.
That's right, do widzenia. So I wish you all the best in this current season, Ivan. Come back stronger, stay healthy throughout the rest of your career. And I don't know what's going to happen after 2 years, because you have contract with Anwil for next 2 years, this season and the next one.
Yes, next year. Yeah, this is the next season. Yes.
Have you ever imagined finishing your career here in Poland?
I don't know, man. Anything can happen.
But you don't say no, right?
I don't say no to anything at this point. You never know what can happen. You know, you never say COVID would come to the world and shut down everything. So
That's
hey,
right. That's right. Yeah, 2020 has
we'll see
been
how things
a very
go.
tough year, man.
Yeah,
Hope
2020 opened our eyes for a lot of things.
that's right. Okay. So once again, thank you very much for being with us here on our weekly podcast. And what else can I say? Have a nice day, have a nice weekend, and maybe in future we will see again and have another interesting conversation. Goodbye.
Yes. Likewise, man. It was a pleasure being here with you guys. Thank you. Do widzenia.
Do widzenia.